Have you ever grabbed an RC car remote, spun the wheel and watched that car just zip around doing exactly what you tell it? Seems pretty effortless now, doesn't it? But how we got that seamless connection, well, it's actually a surprisingly rich story.
Absolutely. So today's Deep Dive is all about that journey, the evolution of hobby-grade RC car control. We're going from the very beginnings right up to the latest smartphone stuff. We've pulled together the key insights from, well, quite a bit of research to guide you through it.
Right, and our mission here is really to give you that shortcut so you can understand how this seemingly simple hobby is actually packed with some serious tech breakthroughs.
Okay, let's get into it. The really wild thing is remote control itself. It started way before the hobby, like decades before. Think Nikola Tesla, 1898. He showed off a radio-controlled torpedo.
Yeah, incredible stuff. And that early military tech, it eventually filtered down. A big moment for hobbyists was 1937. The Good brothers, Walt and Bill, they built an RC plane called the Big Guff. But early RC cars, when they showed up around the 60s, pretty primitive.
Primitive how? Well, we're talking bulky controllers, basic on-off systems called escapements like simple mechanical switches, fragile vacuum tubes too, and a massive headache with signal interference. These early circuits, super regenerative ones, were just noisy, constantly losing the signal.
Imagine trying to drive like that. Just go or stop and then glitches.
Exactly. Not exactly precise driving.
So, okay, after grappling with those shaky beginnings, what was the next really big step, the thing that truly changed the game?
So that would be the transistor revolution. Yeah, transistors, they replaced those bulky vacuum tubes, so things got much smaller. But even more important, they enabled proportional control.
Proportional control. Okay, explain that.
So instead of just full left or full right, full throttle or stop, you could get nuance. Turn the wheel a little, the car turns a little, squeeze the trigger gently, it goes slowly. This was huge. It meant real control, precision. It's what made competitive racing viable, really, to find those hobby-grade cars.
Like the early Tamiya or associated kits.
Precisely. Like the 1966 LG Ferrari 250 LM and, Tamiya associated, those legends followed. That was the foundation.
Right. But for years after that, many of us remember the crystal age, right? Physically plugging crystals into the transmitter and receiver?
Oh, yes. Matching pairs, limited frequencies for everyone at the track.
And the glitching. Trying to drive when someone else's signal was messing with yours?
Total nightmare. Frequency conflicts, constant glitching. Yeah, it was messy. That all changed dramatically with the move to the 2.4 gigahertz digital band. Spectrum really led that charge around 2004, 2005 with their DSM tech, digital spectrum modulation.
And that tech basically killed interference.
Pretty much. It works by frequency hopping, rapidly jumping between frequencies to find a clear channel, like how your Wi-Fi or Bluetooth works, basically.
Okay, less interference, that's huge. But you're saying there was more to it than just a clean signal.
Oh, absolutely. The really crucial thing about 2.4 gigahertz, it created a two-way data highway.
Two-way, meaning data could come back from the car.
Exactly. That opened the door for telemetry. Real-time info from the car, battery voltage, motor temp, speed right on your transmitter screen. What's fascinating there is that it didn't just help racers optimize, it also kind of led to these closed ecosystems, proprietary tech.
The walled gardens. Your transmitter only works with your receiver brand.
Pretty much, yeah.
So fast forward to now, everyone's got a smartphone. How did that enter the RC picture?
Well, it kind of took two different paths, really. You had the DIY folks using things like Arduino with Bluetooth apps, or Raspberry Pi maybe with Wi-Fi for first-person view driving. Cost-effective, accessible stuff.
Okay, direct control experiments.
Yeah, but the big manufacturers, like Traxxas, Spectrum, they went a different way. They use the smartphone more as a companion app, like a digital pit crew in your pocket. Crucially, the phone connects to the transmitter doesn't usually control the car directly.
So the transmitter still does the driving. The phone does. What?
Things like fine-tuning settings, viewing that telemetry data on a nice big screen, managing different car profiles, like Traxxas Link or Spectrum Smart for battery info.
Okay, that makes sense. But hold on, fans are powerful. Why aren't we just using them for direct steering and throttle and serious hobby RC? Seems like an obvious step.
It seems obvious, but there are some critical trade-offs. Number one is latency. Your dedicated RC radio, we're talking maybe 5 to 15 milliseconds delay, super fast, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, much slower and variable, not good for high-speed control.
Right, lag is the enemy. What else?
Well, there's the complete lack of tactile feedback, driving precisely with a flat glass screen. It's just not the same as a physical wheel or trigger. And, durability. Dropping your expensive phone trackside. Not ideal. RC environments are tough.
Okay, latency, no feel, fragile. Makes sense. The phone's strength is the display, the data.
Exactly. It's great for visualizing all that telemetry and tuning info.
So looking ahead then, how else are phones changing the game? If not direct control, what's next?
They're becoming more like experiential co-processors, you could say. We're seeing more immersive driving FPV, first-person view, camera on the car, streaming video over Wi-Fi to your phone, maybe even VR goggles.
Driving from the car's perspective.
Cool. Yeah. And then augmented reality, mixed reality, gamifying the real world. Think like Hot Wheels Rift Rally real RC car, but virtual tracks and opponents projected onto your view via the phone.
Whoa, okay. Blending physical and digital.
Right. And then there's AI and machine learning creeping in. People are training RC cars to drive themselves, using AI for setup advice like the Dial RC AI mechanic app. Maybe someday we'll even get advanced haptics on transmitters, feeling the bumps through telemetry data.
Feeling the track through the controller. Interesting.
So if you connect all these dots, the bigger picture is this kind of seamless fusion. The dedicated transmitter, it stays as the precise hands for driving. But the smartphone becomes the brain and eyes for complex tuning, AR, AI, data visualization, all that richer experience stuff.
So it's not one replacing the other, but working together. Ultimately, it sounds like the humble RT car is basically becoming a connected, smart, Internet of Things device.
In a way, yes. Data-driven, cloud-connected, potentially.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How this blend of physical skill and digital smarts might change other hobbies or even technologies that you enjoy. Something to chew on.